boop, and then boop. Oh, we're fucking in there. Intro song, let's go. What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to HCS Pro. What was that face for, Will? What was that?
What face?
You're like, fuck you. Now I ruined my intro. All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know I made a face because you're like hitting the button and I couldn't hear the song. And I played it out in my head and I'm like, boom, time to go. And then you hit the intro and I was like shocked at myself that I timed it perfectly.
Oh, so you nailed it.
I nailed it.
Well, fuck, Jesus. Well, now I feel terrible.
Ah, it's good. It's good.
Well,
you want to redo your intro? Let's.
Sure. Thanks. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Oh shit. Never mind. Fragilities or fragilities. I think it's fragilities. I'm probably wrong on that, but thank you for the follow. Welcome. Greatly appreciated. Hope you're having a great night. And welcome to the shit show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to HCS Pro Talk, your weekly Halo esports podcast. Half of us coming to you live from the Pro Talk studio, and the other half of us coming to you from the green screen. That should have been when I introduced us, but this is episode 195 for the week of August 8th, 2021. My name is Josh, aka JK Fire, and this week I'm joined by the man in the plaid, Will, aka I am Mr. Mayhem. Will, how are you on this Tuesday evening?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
I am doing well. Do you want, I'm just going to ask because I have the show notes up, obviously. Do you want me to include the title of the episode like in there too?
It helps me when I'm doing
Oh, yeah. Making the MP3 for, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, sick. Well, I'll add that to my repertoire of shit to do.
I'm typing it up right now, and it would really help if I could spell. But,
it's okay. I mean, I'm watching it happen in real time. It's all good, you know.
It's there. I'm done. It's good.
Jesus Christ. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, this is episode 195. Will, how are you doing on this Tuesday evening?
We did this already. I'm good, man. I'm good.
That's good. I to be honest with you, I kind of forgot that you answered that because I was so focused on what you were entering in the show notes.
We're starting off hot today,
Josh, dude.
We really are.
When we're 2 or 3 weeks in a row now where we're a day late on when we typically do this, and it's all my fault. My mind is fucking blown right now of the amount of bullshit that's happening in this household in terms of health. But what are you gonna do? It's when I joke and tell everybody don't have kids. It's for these types of reasons where you're like, I'm not kidding when I say this. My kid got sick. She got better immediately after Natana got sick. Then immediately a day after that, I got sick. Then as we're recovering, Linnea got sick again. And that's where we're at right now. So it's absolute bullshit. But that's besides the point. Will, do you want to know what's coming up on this week's episode of the show?
What do we got?
The great debate. I don't know how much of a debate this is going to be, but what should the starting weapon be for competitive Halo Infinite?
I mean, we have pretty similar thoughts on the game.
Yeah.
But it would be a debate with people outside of our...
Yeah, the reason why I said the great debate is because of the tweets that I found in terms of it. So, well, it's all based off of something that Frosty tweeted out. We'll get to it later on in the show, but that's besides the point. Without further ado, let's get into some competitive news. Another HCS tease? This is by the HCS. Will, you have the show notes open, correct?
Yeah.
I want you to open up that link, and I want you to tell me what you think that means.
Goat picture. There's is that the World's Trophy? No, that's
yeah, it is. Yeah, they're wearing MLG shirts. That must be a World's Trophy.
They got Jordan.
Yep, they do.
And fucking Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Yep. So the title of this tweet is 4 Halo esports spoilers with no context. So which GOAT who's won multiple championships, considered the Jordan of Halo, is coming back from the dead?
Somewhat, yeah. Undertaker being revived.
Yep. Jordan being the GOAT of basketball, depending upon what era you're paying attention to. Is Ogre 2 coming out of retirement?
Is this Snipe Down coming back?
Oh, that could be.
He's been on. He's won a few. Global champion, right?
He's not a global champion. That's Ace. Ace is the Halo 4 global champion of FFA.
X Games. He won X Games.
He did. Right? He did win X Games Gold. Yes.
I wouldn't call him I mean, he's good, but he's not like the GOAT of Halo.
No, and he's also won. He's won a national title. I think I know for sure one national title in Halo 3. I don't know if he's won more than one. I believe he may have won something in Reach. He didn't. They never won a Worlds in 5, but they have won a tournament or 2 in 5. But yeah, I don't know. When I think of the GOAT of Halo, my immediate thought is Ogre 2. But what? He's like, he works for the Mutineers right now.
It's hard to.
I don't know, man. I do not know. Who could it possibly be? Or maybe we're just completely wrong and it has nothing to do with a player coming back.
Well, the Undertaker makes me think of being
resurrected,
a revive.
What if it's not a player? But what if it's like a player turned caster? It's like the player is no longer going to play, but it's going to cast.
Puckett?
Oh my God. I'd cry. I'd fucking cry. I'd cry tears of happiness because I not only want that, and I've talked about this multiple times in the show throughout its years. Crazy to say.
If you think about it, that would be Puckett's view at the championship, right? Standing, waiting to talk to the teams coming out.
Yeah.
I don't know. But the thing that gets me is it says 4 Halo esports spoilers. So it makes me almost think they're separate.
Is it a team of GOATs coming back from the dead? Who the fuck is it?
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
We're gonna have to wait and see on this one, man.
Oh, I love how you just used that tagline too.
Yeah.
Fucking Lethal replied, not gonna lie, I'm running the numbers here in my TI-83 and this shit just ain't adding up, Chief.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, like you said, we'll have to wait and see. I just thought that was cool. Wanted to include it.
Yeah.
Speaking of Xbox, Jesus Christ. Speaking of X Games gold medalists, Will, another individual who was on that Evil Geniuses squad that did win that X Games gold commonly has officially announced his retirement. This is the next news story that we got. This is by Commonly. I want to read his statement. So here we go. Long story short, I'm retiring. To me, retiring means that one doesn't have the same level of passion to obsessively want to be the best at their craft. Once you lose that passion, you can't compete for first anymore, even though the skill might still be there. That's the boat I'm in. I 100% believe I can lift up a trophy, but I'm also at the point in my life where I have to think, at what cost? Is this worth dedicating my entire life to? Of course, with where I am in my life, it's a tough decision to have to make. I would love to share more about my personal life, but it's not time yet. Just know that this decision has been in the oven for a long time. I started playing Halo as an 8-year-old. I'm now 24. I went from being the annoying squeaker to being the aspiring young gun and finally to the veteran that I am now. While my career was full of ups and downs, I wouldn't change it. If I was to change anything, then the domino effects that it would have created would have led me to become wouldn't have led me to become the person I am now. And for the first time in a long time, I'm happy with the person I am. Halo has taught me a lot about sacrifice. What are you willing to sacrifice to become the best? That's something I struggled with almost on a daily basis from 2017 to the present day. However, I'm glad that for the last few months of my career, I was able to finally shed some of the habits that have been hindrances for me and my entire career. The Halo 5 send-off tourney was indicative of that. I played some of the best Halo of my life. Of course, this was in 2021, with some teams competing not even playing Halo 5, but it proved to me that when you really want something, you can do it. Ever since I began watching MLG in 2008 and 2009, I had aspirations of becoming a pro player. Which kid wouldn't? I was a huge Straight Rippin' fan and Snipedown fanboy. Ironically, I won an Xbox Games gold medal with Snipedown and 2 other legends in Roy and Lunchbox, and Towie. In a way, I achieved my dreams the moment I won that gold medal. Everything after that was just a bonus. I was never meant to be a pro player. It was something that just happened, and I ran along with it. Shout out to everyone that's been on this journey. My teammates, my coaches, my friends. Shout out to the people I've played 8s with, the people I've played fun customs with, the people I've competed on main stage with. And I'm also sorry for the teammate I was earlier in my career. It took a lot of introspection, but it ultimately forced me into becoming a better teammate and, most of all, a better person. One could say that I got lucky. I would say that I was blessed. With peace, commonly. So yeah, to commonly, I enjoyed watching you play from the moment you stepped on. When that roster change happened and you got put and you were on EG at that time, that was one of the biggest stories probably in Halo esports, I guess you could say, was when Lethal decided to leave EG and join CLG at the time, right? That was one of the biggest moves ever. You just never saw that stuff really happen. And then you came in and clicked right away and was able to win that gold medal and just take off from there. And like you said you could probably, you 100% believe you could hold a trophy up right now. And frankly, obviously, I wish you were still in the scene. But if it's what's best for you, it's what's best for you. And that's all we can say. Wish you the best of luck. And looking forward to what you got cooking up later on, if you decide to share it. So thank you for all the years. And yeah. That's it. That's what I got. Will, would you like to say anything?
Nah, man, I think you hit all the points there.
Fuck yeah. Bobetta says, also welcome back. He says, I played against him in Reach 2012 when he played with Batanga. It was fun watching him rise up from them, MLG Columbus. Fuck yeah, dude. That's awesome. Also, Left Brain, thank you for the follow as well. Greatly appreciated. Welcome to the shit show. For the record, the only reason why I'm calling it the shit show is because this is a day later than usual, and sickness is running rampant in this house. So like I'm not fully there, I guess you could say. So I apologize. But the show must go on. Final competitive news story. Jesus, can I not even speak today? Charity tournament announcement. This is by Eli the Ninja. Calling all Halo CE players. On August 28th, my friend is helping run a 4v4 tourney as a fundraiser. A fellow Halo player's son is battling cancer, and the tournament buy-ins will support his treatment. Will be a super fun tournament for a good cause. It's going to be taking place on Saturday, August 28th at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's a 4v4 best of 7 double elimination tournament. Suggested donation is $20. Maps include Chill Out, Hang 'em High, Prisoner, Battle Creek, Damnation, Derelict, and Rat Race. Game types include Team Slayer, CTF, King of the Hill, Oddball, all game types, no spread. And sign up with a partner and get paired randomly with another team of 2 to complete the 4v4 team. So yeah. And if you're able to donate, please do. Information's included in the Google Doc of the show notes of the show, ! Show notes in chat. Help the kid out. And sign up if you want to as well. Compete in that fun tournament. Sounds awesome. We don't get many CE tournaments around here, so it's good to see another one pop up, especially for a good cause. And that's it for your competitive news. Your upcoming tournaments of the week presented by noobcombo.com. Check out noobcombo.com for all your Halo esports needs, but no merch. On Saturday, August 14th, the Halo Draft League Dust the Rust Halo 5 FFA tournament is taking place. Yes, I did, Josh. I saw the tweet. And then on Sunday, August 15th, the Starhammer Clan Anniversary Halo 5 2v2 Championship and the Blue Team Tournament's Rainbow Road FFA Halo 3 Qualifier number 2 will be taking place. Stay tuned for all that excitement. It's going to be a fun time. Halo Draft League coming back, baby. That's it for your upcoming tournaments of the week presented by noobcombo.com. Check out noobcombo.com for all Halo esports needs, but no merch. Will, what do we got next? Give me a second while I press the button, then I'll just, fucking tell you when to go. Rostermania! Go ahead, Will.
Yeah, we got one piece of news in Rostermania, and it's Fate's team. They're looking for a coach. Over on Twitter, they posted Fate, Sneaky Brian, Soldier, and Rengar, and they need a coach. So if anyone's interested, there you go.
Sorry, that was the only thing that I could find, and I'm like, well, we haven't had Rostermania in a while, so why not just include that in there? What do we got for the tournament league recaps of the last week, Will?
Yes, two pieces of information, two tournaments here. The SWAT Nation Last Dance Co-Ed Halo 5 SWAT 4v4. In fourth place, we had Halo 5, bruh. It was Veronica, Young Guns, Chrysomnia, and Mellow LE. Third place went to My Angels. It was El Cath, No Pro Angel, Command Station, and Imista. Second went to Too Bad Fox, Lady Echidna, NSG Serial, Sweetie, and Marine, or I think it's Marine.
It is Marine. You are correct. It is Marine. Just with a Q instead of the A.
Yeah. First place went to Bellicose Lasered. It was Bellary, Resorch, whatever that name is, Miss Audie, and Envor. There you go.
I love that. Too Bad Fox.
Too Bad Fox.
Yeah. FOCKS, like Meet the Fockers.
Yes.
It's like that. Good shit.
And we did have the Blue Team tournaments, Rainbow Road FFA, Halo 3 Qualifier number 1. In 8th place, we had Black Halo God. 7th went to MOE. 6th, Aperture. 5th, Burnt Eddie. 4th, to Porky J. 3rd, to Cloney? Maybe? Yeah. 2nd, King Nick. And 1st, Trushkov.
King Nick's taking 2nd there.
Yeah, it's a bit of a surprise.
A little bit. But I think he makes it onto the final anyway, so it's like,
yeah,
time to see if he wins that too. Jesus Christ.
All right. That's all. That's it for the tournament league recaps.
Thank you, Will. It's time to move on to our topic of the week. The Halo Infinite competitive starting weapon. What is it going to be? Will, what do you want it to be?
With not many precision weapons available that we saw in the flight, I gotta say it's the BR right now. I know people are saying it's too easy.
Yeah.
But at a pro level, is it? Does it matter what weapon you really put in their hands? It might dictate the play style, but they should be able to adapt and move around that no matter what, in my opinion.
I can agree with that completely. So for me, we're going based off of the very limited amount of time that we had for the flight, obviously. So we don't have a ton of context to go off of based off of where the build is in relation to where the flight was, how things have been tuned after the flight with that build, that whatever, other weapons potentially in the sandbox, whatever it may be, right? But the first tweet I wanted to include here, this is by Aozoli. Probably mispronounced that, but I apologize if I did. But this is about the AR not being a fucking starting weapon in competitive. This is just a standard tweet about the AR, and I thought this was interesting. So some people are saying the AR is too good in Halo Infinite. Yeah? Too good against what? No Magnum, No carbine, no DMR, no light rifle. Lack of precision weapons make it seem like it's too good. BR still crushes AR at mid to long range. AR isn't OP, it's just a good gun. So I semi agree with that tweet. I do think it feels a little bit too powerful at range. Because like when Maddie first mentioned it, I'm like, nah, it's not too powerful at range. And I realized I said that because I wasn't using it at range. Because you don't use an AR at range, you know? And then I did. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's pretty powerful. But so that's the part that I agree with. The part that I disagree with is that, or I'm just saying, we talked about it last time, is that I feel every weapon in the sandbox right now, in terms of that flight, felt like it had a purpose.
Yeah.
And Bobetta even says if you tap shot AR at range, it's pretty strong. And that's the thing, Bobetta. I didn't even tap it. Like I just held down RT and let her rip. With the smart scope. So like if I or smart link or whatever it is, like if I zoomed in with it, then yeah, it's pretty powerful. But yeah, I didn't think it was too powerful though. But either way, so we talked about it last week or the week before that, one of the two, Will, where there were people who wanted not the commando, the sidekick. They wanted They wanted the sidekick to be beefed up and be the primary and competitive, right? And clearly we discussed that it has its purpose. It's not meant to be that. It's meant to be a secondary weapon. There you go, whatever. So Frosty put out a tweet and he states, really hope we see the addition of the Halo 5 pistol and Infinite at some point. It is by far the most balanced starting weapon we've seen, and gunfights take more skill. So I just want to read these last two tweets here and then we can discuss. So Golden Boy states, in response to that, mechanically, pistols were great. Visually, pistols were not appealing. Maybe there could be a happy medium, but the sound effects of the pistol paired with its look was an underwhelming viewing experience. Compare it to any other FPS esport, and it's an outlier for the wrong reason, in my opinion. And then Spartan replied with, I don't even think it needs to be a pistol. Could be a DMR as well. Obviously, we need to be more balanced than reach DMR because zoom and distance was too far. Single fire weapons just allow a lot less room for error. Pistol or DMR doesn't matter. I've always said single fire is better than battle rifle.
Let me put it in this. Battle rifle is still, it's a burst weapon, right?
Correct.
But the time to kill still makes it just think of it as a 4 to 5 shot DMR anyway.
Yeah, it feels,
line it up, click. It's not much. Yeah.
I felt like it took
where I'm coming from on
yeah, absolutely. I felt like it took longer to kill with the BR in the flight than previous BRs did in other Halo titles. I felt like the BR in 3, 4, and 5. I mean, we don't talk about 5. 5's BR, that is. Pre-nerf, that gun was pretty good. Like, after all the nerfs, the gun was just trash. But I felt like it shot faster than the BR and Infinite. I felt those did. I don't know. Maybe I'm high, but like, for the record, I'm not. But like, that's what I felt like it was slower to shoot. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be completely wrong here. But Bobetta says, go ahead, Will.
I don't know if it necessarily, I don't know. Like, it's still, I don't know. Maybe we need to see the full sandbox. And like, if that build was 2 months behind where they were anyway, things may have changed by then.
As a Halo 5 guy, right? It's where you really got your start. It's where you really came in, right?
Yeah.
As a Halo 5 guy, do you prefer playing with the pistol as the primary, or do you prefer, I know you don't care for MCC very much, but even in the flight, like, did you feel like you liked the BR, would want that to be the primary?
Oh yeah, that was my favorite gun to use the whole time. The BR. the sidekick was fun, and I did try to use it like a Halo 5 pistol sometimes, and it just wasn't that.
Right.
Um, so yeah, I'd be perfectly fine with the BR. It was completely fun to use.
I agree. Bobetta says, I would love to see BR primary and pistol secondary. That's what we discussed this at length, is that the sidekick is literally a sidearm that has a very, very quick reload and just allows you to finish off kills or get somebody weak, or like if you run out of primary ammo, you're able to just boom, like right away, just take it out and get your final couple shots in. That's what that gun is used for. And I'm glad I'm seeing less and less of the whole, we should buff that gun because pistols, you know, I'm really glad we haven't seen much of that anymore, because that's not what it's meant for. And Maddie's pointed this out multiple times, and we talked about it before, is that based off of that cosplay guide, it's not confirmed at all, but it's rumored that the M6D Magnum, which is the CE Magnum, would be coming back in some way, shape, or form in Infinite. Now, what the fuck type of experience that's going to be? No idea. Like, is that going to completely break the sandbox like it did in, because the Halo 1 Magnum, the Halo 1 pistol was brought into Infinite as a Warzone weapon. And it was Halo like
5.
Halo, what did I say?
Infinite.
Thank you. Halo 5. Yes, it came in Halo 5 as a Warzone weapon, and I think it was even a gold card. So like you had to spend a lot to get it in the game.
Yes.
But like if you played Super Fiesta or some shit, that thing is a goddamn truck. And it would just completely break the sandbox, in my opinion, if they just released it as the H1 Magnum, where it takes 3 headshots and you're done. Especially with the way that time to kill appears in, like, for the rest of the weapons in the game as of right now from that flight. Again, a very limited context that we have here. But that's what it feels like. But no, I also read a lot about, like, through this thread and other things online, it's that like and I almost included this word for word, but I was almost going to say like a boomer versus zoomer debate, because the boomers want BR starts, the zoomers want pistol starts because of Halo 5, right? And
sure,
I don't think it's as simple as that, because what Frosty was saying in his thread too, now I don't have any other statements from any other pros other than his own, but what Frosty stated was the majority of pros, of Halo pros today, and you have to keep in mind there are a lot of veterans still playing that are at a professional level. He said that most professional Halo players today want pistol starts or want a single shot weapon as a starter and not the BR, because they feel the BR is too easy. So again, I don't have any other statements to base that off of from other pros in the scene today. That's just taking it from his word, from his tweet. But I mean, from a viewer standpoint, right? Because we're not professional players. From a viewer standpoint, I would like BR starts because I do feel it's more engaging. And I'm going to take Golden Boy's statement. This might sound out of context, and for what it's worth, it probably is, but just hear me out. He says, compared to any other FPS esport, and it's an outlier for the wrong reason, IMO. What other the reason why I'm just going off of this statement, okay? I'm not like trying to put words in Golden Boy's mouth, okay? This is my words. What other professional esport is only pistol starts? Because what? CS and Valorant, you have pistol rounds.
Yeah, but that has a whole economy. You upgrade to a rifle or something else.
And you always do that. Like the professionals always upgrade to what's supposed to be a better weapon, right?
Yeah.
And then you have roughly two to four, I'd say, depending upon how fucked you are econ wise, you have 2 to 4 rounds throughout the entire game where it's just pistols. Depending upon if people want to save after the first round or not, whatever it is.
Right.
So to me, from a viewer standpoint, it just doesn't make sense. Like, it always felt weird. Here's my boomer brain talking. It always felt weird to me. And I loved watching Halo 5 competitive because I felt it was the most competitive, and I loved observer mode. I loved it. But watching Halo 5 for all those years, it always just left a bad taste in my mouth that we have pistol starts. Because to me, it's always been a pistol is a secondary weapon to your primary, but it just happened to be that pistol in that game was pretty damn good at every range.
Yeah.
Also, what's up, Justin? He says, yo, better late than never. I mean, hey, that's literally what I put in the socials for today's episode. Did you, because like I said, you came in with 5. Did you think it was fine having pistols at the start? Did you never even think about that when watching Halo 5 competitive?
Yeah, it wasn't bothersome to me at all. It was just the weapon to use. So, did it feel weird at first? Yeah, because I had mainly played Call of Duty before, where it was all, M4 and SMGs and stuff like that.
Right.
But that's just not Halo. Anything like that it's not Halo.
Right.
So, I mean, what were our starting weapons in Halo 2?
BR. Yep.
Halo 3, BR.
BR.
Halo 4, AR, right? It started with AR?
I think competitive started with BR.
Competitive.
Because Halo 3 social is AR starts. But if we're talking about competitive, then it's always been, now granted, Halo 1, that pistol was unbeatable. So it was you would just switch your pistol immediately.
Okay, but Halo 1 wasn't meant to be.
Right. The multiplayer was literally tacked on.
That was not planned for any sort of competitive thing. It just happened.
It wasn't even planned for multiplayer. Like that literally gets tacked on during development. So
and then Reach, we have the DMR. So that's the first kind of precision single shot weapon.
And
however,
at the same time, Reach did not have the BR at all in its sandbox.
Right.
It literally didn't exist. So yeah, I guess your first taste of a single shot weapon in competitive Halo, besides 1, was Reach. Yeah.
And then you go to 5, where I believe it wasn't meant to be the starting weapon, right? The AR was
oh my god, AR starts in competitive. Fuck.
Overpowered.
It was so overpowered. And then they switched to the BR, and then the BR got, I don't know what conversation happened there, but the BR got nerfed into the ground, which made it so the pistol was like the only go-to at that point.
Yeah, I mean, you had a single shot weapon that could fire across a map.
And it's a pistol.
Yeah, I mean, right, we're in the Halo universe where you got fucking Spartans running around.
Yeah.
Why can't they engineer a pistol to be a fucking laser beam? You know what I mean?
Sure. And it's what it felt like it was. If your aim was decent, which mine was not, but
so yeah, I didn't really have a problem with it. It was still a precision weapon. It took skill to use. However, if you put a pistol into those maps that we played Infinite with,
yeah,
like if we bring the H5, it just feels like it's gonna just feel like H5 without the fast movement. I don't know. And then like you've been playing that game for the last 5-6 years. Time escapes me. I don't know how long it's been anymore.
It'll be 6 years by the time the game launches, basically.
Yeah. So then you're not keeping it fresh or anything, you know?
Mm-hmm. No, and that's,
I don't know.
See, I guess the counter argument to that could have been, well, you were never keeping it fresh by keeping BR starts between 2 and 3.
I guess.
But at the same time, we've talked about this so many times too, is that every Halo game is different from the other.
Yeah.
Like, regardless of starting weapon, they all play pretty differently from one another.
And with I know we're going to see some crazy shit from pros with movement.
Oh yeah.
But I feel like, I don't know, maybe with the BR, I mean, does it really make a difference? I feel like it wouldn't be as fun to watch if it was pistol. I feel like BR is the classic Halo thing.
Yeah.
And I hope because of this they don't nerf it.
No, because in the trailer, like over a year ago at this point, the campaign reveal trailer, the one that everybody loved to hate, there was a trailer that was released after that. And it was like the sizzle reel Halo Infinite gameplay reveal trailer. And in it, you saw the sword for the first time, and you also saw the BR for the first time. And, right? Yeah, because you saw the AR and other weapons during the campaign reveal. So yeah, you saw the BR for the first time in that little trailer. And it literally looked like the Halo 2 BR, just like copy pasted into Infinite with different textures, but like it looked the exact same weapon. So clearly they're trying to hit home that we're trying to meld both the classic and the modern into one. And we know how many people love this iconic weapon. So we literally brought it back in its iconic state.
Yeah.
So.
And at this point, what I'll say is my favorite's been the BR out of the flight, but the balancing the team has done and the way everything works together has felt so amazing that whatever they choose for a competitive start, I hope they have the right weapon off of their vision of what competitive is. And I'm sure with the great work we've seen, it will work.
Absolutely.
Again, another item we're going to have to wait and see. Hopefully we get more info in the next flight, which hopefully we get emails ASAP because I want to play more.
Yes.
I've been playing Valorant, but playing Infinite. Like that's like what I'm thinking about while I'm playing other games right now.
Oh shit. Yeah. I love that. That makes me more excited knowing that you are excited and you want to play more, because it's just, we're going to go ahead. Oh, I was just going to say that I don't have a lot, you know this, I don't have a lot of friends. I mean, okay, outside of this show, okay, because this show has brought a lot of people together. Let's not get shit twisted. Outside of this show, I don't have a lot of friends that like Halo anymore. They've moved off it completely, never played it before, whatever it is, they don't care. And Infinite's not tickling their fancy either in terms of information that's come out, hype, whatever it is. But so hearing you wanting to play more, thinking about it outside of playing the game, that makes me more excited, because I just don't hear that anywhere besides the context of this show. So, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, I was so used to, and I miss the days of being in, it was middle school, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Middle school for Halo 3. And like I said, we talked about before, you and I were both at that midnight release, and
same place, and had no idea.
No idea.
I knew you were there.
Oh, wait, we talked, didn't we?
Yeah. Because fucking dude had his, like, was it a Mountain Dew armor set on or whatever?
Oh, Cody. Yeah. That was fun.
Yeah, he's basically just wearing boxes on his arms, but
and a plexiglass energy sword and shit too. It was dope. This thing was sharp as hell. Fucking Eric, Lanky Sasquatch, who listens to the show, he created the Halo Kitty coloring contest, which was phenomenal. There he is. Holy shit. I'm fucking, oh man.
He's there.
Look at that. I'm like it's like when I summon Maddie. That's insane. Holy shit. I have that power. It's true.
Oh, is that like a
God?
Cody type of comment, or just Cody? I'm curious.
It was so funny though. Oh man, Kid Duty listening as always. Hey man, I feel you. Our kid has RSV right now, so it's like we're not having fun right now.
No, the thing I was gonna get to, we'll talk about Will's adventures and the games we played in a little bit.
Yeah.
But like I spent so much time this week, like sitting at my desk here, being like, what the fuck? Well, I don't feel like playing anything.
Oh no.
But Infinite, like that's all I was thinking. Like Like, I was just like, man, I don't like, do I hop on Halo 5? I'm like, that's just not the same. It's not gonna do it. So
No.
yeah. Like, shit.
Oh my God.
Spoiled a little bit, and now I'm ruined.
I forgot to speaking of which.
Oh no.
We'll get to that in a minute though. All right. So just to put a button on this. Also, I should read what Justin said. I'm sorry. Justin says, I remembered the BR, but Halo 5 was my first deep dive into the HCS. Never really bothered me, but grabbing a BR or DMR should have shredded a pistol player, but it didn't bother me. And then he said, I wouldn't mind close range, swap out to your pistol, but mid-long range BR all day. And Justin said, dude, I'm playing Flight Simulator. I'm so bored with games.
Yeah. So what if, I feel like they should have the ability to do this where there's just damage drop off at range with the sidekick then, right?
Sure.
If you're in, like, face to face with your enemy, maybe make it a 5-shot headshot. But, you get outside of that. If you're on opposite ends of the map, it's going to take that 7 to 8 shots to kill them.
That's definitely a possibility. And I don't think we definitely, I can guarantee we don't have final, like the final sandbox given to us as to how things are going to perform. So, yeah. Eric says his Halo armor was great. Speaking about Cody, 13-month-old just got over RSV. So good luck to you all for a quick recovery. Hey, dude, I am so sorry for your 13-month-old having to deal with that shit, because I heard in like infants, that is not, I mean, she's not an infant, over a year old, but still very young. Yes, I've heard it's not fun at all. Eric says, Halo 1 has a special place in my heart, and I feel like 2 and 3 grew based on technology, but 4 and 5 fell to the meta going on. So I'm excited that Infinite will reinvigorate this franchise because they're back to making a true Halo game. That's what it feels like. And this is coming from somebody who liked 4 and 5. But it really does feel like they said they wanted to like reinvent the classic, right? They wanted to make this a spiritual successor to H1. And like from a campaign standpoint, sure. But this really does feel like the combination of everything that's come before it. And what I mean by that is taking the best of what came before it and really honing in on those things. Now, granted, we're supposed to have that game in our hands by the end of this year. So I would hope it played well during the flight. I'm glad it did. Don't get me wrong. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. I'm fucking excited. So, Will, like I was saying, to put a button on this, you want BR starts based off the current sandbox.
Yeah, from what we got, I think BR starts would be the most engaging, most fun.
I agree. Moving on to the regular news. MCC development and flighting updates by Postum. Just a quick one for you. Future MCC blog. I had a quick chat with our dear old friend Farns, who in the past has helped pen the state of the game section for MCC, and we're doing monthly blogs. In talking with him, it sounds like a new blog is in the works. Well, to be exact, he said, quote, tell them Farns says hi, and he wants to do a bigger blog on some cool stuff. We don't have a timeline yet, but no one is coming in the future, end quote. So consider yourselves all notified. We'll circle back on this with something later this year. With that, we're finished. There you go. That's it for the regular news. Short, sweet, and to the point, you know? This is where, go ahead, Will. What do you got?
No, go for it.
All right, then we would know. This is where we would have the Other Games Watch segment, but we don't have shit, so that's it.
Waiting for champs.
We are waiting for champs. And if you want to know our predictions, our lofty predictions for champs, go listen to last week's episode. Because
every day that goes on past that episode, my hopes are less and less and less and less.
We were riding on cloud fucking 9 from the Major 5 win. And
Not
now,
anymore. Now reality set in that we are a Minnesota sports team, and things usually fall apart in big moments.
if I'm going to put believe it or not, I'm actually going to throw a movie reference out there. Are you ready for this? For anybody who has not seen 500 Days of Summer, I highly recommend it. But there's a scene in that movie. The two leads are Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Zooey Deschanel. And there's a scene where you have one side of the screen as expectation and the other side of the screen as reality. And they play through the same scene, right? And then towards the end, they meet together to form reality, where expectation was all like pie in the sky. And then reality was like, nah, she doesn't like you, bro. And yeah, really, really good scene and a great movie if you haven't watched it. But that's literally what we were like. Our expectations were, we're winning champs, baby. And then reality has set in over the course. We're like, we may not make it past the first round, baby.
Yeah.
It's Minnesota sports, though. What are you going to do? Therefore, it's time for Will's Adventures with the Nailovers. And other games too. Will, what did you play last week?
All right. As I sat here not knowing what to do with myself, I finally played I finally downloaded some Forza Horizon 4 because
Nice.
I wanted to try my wheel with it.
How'd that go?
Not good.
Oh, shit.
So here's the thing. I think I need to there's wheel settings outside of the game. And I have it set up for F1, right? Like the tension, everything is perfect for F1 because that's my main racing game.
Yes.
And usually there's setting like inside of F1, there's also wheel settings. So I was thinking I could hop into Forza, change wheel settings in there to make it feel nice, but it did not recognize, like there was no wheel settings inside of Forza.
Okay.
I didn't want to mess up my settings for F1 because everything is dialed in and it took me some time to do that.
You can't have profiles?
I don't
know.
No, I don't think I can.
Okay. Well,
I don't think I can. The wheel software is very basic.
Okay.
I could have written down all my numbers and everything,
but fuck that.
I didn't want to go through that.
No, fuck that.
So I tried my best. I drove my Nissan Skyline around that. Yes, it is got the wrap from Fast and Furious with the blue lines down the side. I think that's Too Fast, Too Furious. And I drove that around for a while. Did a couple of races, realized it wasn't really that nice to drive, and I was like, eh. All right. And also there's some really cool cars in that game, but I don't have enough credits, right? Like I got maybe 300,000.
Oh man,
that shit's expensive.
Let me tell you about an application called the Forza app.
The wheel spin?
No, the Forza app.
Okay.
Now, I don't know how many Forza games you've played, but
not many.
See, that's the beautiful part. If you play a lot of Forza, you get like that app takes into consider. It's made by Turn 10. It takes into consideration the amount of the achievements received from each mainline Forza title, including the Horizon titles. And depending upon how much time you have in there, I think how many cars you own, how many achievements you've received, you get credits based off of that. And it's a lot. So, but yeah, also wheel spins are fucking cool.
Yeah. So yeah, I played a little bit of Forza. I then jumped over to F1, going through the story mode.
Okay.
And I had, so like I said, you're playing as these two characters back and forth. And my first objective was like my wheels are, my tires are degraded. I need to it's like I pit stop while my teammate is in the pits, and it's like creating that tension between the teammates.
Okay.
And I completed that race, completed that objective, and then the next race is a full race, right? Like,
Oh,
but it's like 20 laps for me, right? Like I don't do the full 100% races. I do like the 25.
okay.
So it's like 20 something laps or 20 laps maybe. And I am on like lap 16. And like I'm coming down the straight and someone passes me. Or I have two cars that are like, they must have had DRS on me and they're
Sure.
passing. And I go into the corner and one of them clips my front wheel and takes me out of the race. I was like,
Oh, no.
nah, I'm not doing this again. I'm not racing because it's like objective failed. I'm like, I'm not doing a whole nother fucking race. So I just quit. I just like spent all that time on that one race. And I'm like, I'm not, no, not doing it again. And then I played some Valorant. I hadn't played in a couple of weeks. Got my ass kicked for a little bit. Started feeling good. Got my ass kicked some more. I'm in an okay state with Valorant, but I need to get back on top of where I was because I was doing pretty well. I'm almost to bronze. I don't know. Does it go 3-2-1? Yeah, I think it goes 3-2-1 and then into the next one. So
Okay.
I'm almost to bronze 1.
Nice.
And then after that is silver. So slowly climbing the ranks, but after taking a break, it's not on top of it like I was. So
It's okay. I mean, I haven't played in God knows how long, so I'm clearly behind,
sure.
to say the least.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else I played? Let me look at my desktop real quick. I can actually do that. No, that's it. That is it.
All right.
What did you play, sir?
I played some Halo 5, Will. I played one game at Quick Play. We won like 50-48, I think.
And then you left.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm done. That's the extent of my patience that I have with this title. Yeah, it was Slayer on Truth. I can't remember if we even got a camo that game, but we won. So there's that. Halo MCC for the community playdate. It was a good time. Dave kind of ran the show. And we did it like he did it before when we weren't there, where he included literally, I think, everything in the rotation, not just all the games, but like all the game modes too.
Yeah.
And some were a struggle, that's for sure. But there's some good stuff in there too. So yeah, it was a good time overall. Had fun. Obviously things were added to the betrayal counter, if I'm not mistaken. So
Always are.
But that was that. I played some Dirt 5. I completed all the events in one of the expansions. So there's that. And like I said, the only reason why I re-downloaded this is because I want another racing game to play that's not F1 because I don't want to concentrate so hard on it. And I've tapped out of Forza Horizon 4 because I've done almost everything in that game that I want to do. So yeah, it's basically Dirt 5 until Forza Horizon 5 comes out. I'm really looking forward to that. And I think they even revealed the full map of what that game is going to be on their Twitter. So looking forward to it. And then played some Magic the Gathering, tabletop. I bought a couple more Commander decks. So Natana and I have just been, we play like, I want to play more, but when we do play, because the kid goes to bed at like 8 or after, so I play like a game. We only play a game a night, if that. So I want to play more, but it is what it is. But that's what I played. So
All right.
it was good. Let's get in to some shout outs. Shout out to everyone who joined the community playdate. It was a fun time. Hope you enjoyed. Josh, you betray me again in Halo 1. I tell you what. We were fighting over Sniper. That's what happened. And he killed me. I think he got booted. Josh, if you're here. Yeah. Now, it wasn't because of that kill. I think there was a different betrayal. Josh, if you're still here, did you get booted from that game? Because I didn't boot. Like, further right, I never booted him. It didn't give me the option or anything like that. I never did it. But it's just funny because he got another betrayal and then it was gone. So it makes me believe that either he was kicked from the other person or he just was kicked out of the game. But no, community played. It was fun regardless. Had some good times, sweaty games, fun games, whatever it may be. Shout out to everyone who followed and subbed during the live show. That includes Left Brain and Fragilities or Fragilities. Again, I apologize if I mispronounced your name. Thank you guys very much for the follows. Congratulations to Podcast Evolved, our partners over at Podcast Evolved, on reaching 4,000 submarinos on YouTube. That's fucking dope. And finally, a happy belated birthday to APG, a pure gangster. Community creations, Halo memes every day. Reddit.com/r/Halo memes. Clips of the week number 117 by High Tech Redneck over on YouTube. Check out that video. Ball If I Want To, a Halo 5 SWAT Nation tournament montage edited by Corsi. This is by RVA Classic. Go check out that YouTube video. Speaking of RVA Classic, we have Halo Infinite map callouts. Go check out that tweet. They're included there. I'm going to give... Oh, shit! Justin, no way. Oh, my God, I feel like an asshole. Happy birthday to Shot! Today, you get a bonus shout-out. Here you go. God damn. I'm sorry, man. Happy fucking birthday to you. God damn. But what I was going to say about RVA Classic and his map callouts is that with the brutes, and I called them dummies because that's what it should be called, he called that training. Oh. So you're wrong. It's dummies.
I could see where there'd be confusion because I often call my teammates dummies as well, so they might not know where to look.
Sorry, Will. My bad. You're right. God. DXR Podcast Episode 1, Pilot and the Infinite Technical Preview. This is, again, by Shurzy1 and Gaskin. It is on Spotify now, so go check out that link. Episode 2 is either going to be live tonight or tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. Unless it's already live. But yeah, episode 1 is for sure on Spotify. Go check that out. And finally, the Halo Community Spotlight. This is by Snickerdoodle over on HaloWaypoint.com. Check that out as well. Will?
Yeah.
Kind of flew through this one a little bit.
It was a quick one, yeah.
It was. But we had almost a 3-hour one last week, so we're like we're evening out, you know what I mean?
Sure. I'll take it.
It's okay.
I'll take it.
Hell yeah. We have to record a segment after this anyway, so
oh yeah, I forgot
might as well.
Already.
Sorry. So Will, without further ado, would you mind plugging the show?
Yes. Find us on your favorite podcast services. We're on all of them, pretty much. I don't know if I've seen one that we're not on. If you find one we're not on, let us know and we can be like, yo, hosting site. Nudge, nudge. Why? Search for HCS Pro Talk and you'll find us. Leave us a review. Let others know about the show. Join the Discord. If you want to know exactly when we go live, join the Discord or make sure to follow us on Twitter. Live tweets go out every week when the show is happening and updates if we're ever late like we were the last 2 weeks because, life.
Life gets in the fucking way.
We're also on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Search for HCS Pro Talk. If you're watching live, we're on Twitch. If you're listening, hey, we're on Twitch. Follow Twitter, like I said, and then you'll know when we're here live on Twitch. Go to hcsprotalk.com where you can find a link to the merch in the top right corner, unlike noobcombo.com where there's no merch button at all yet. Just wait. And then don't forget about the fine folks over at Podcast Evolved show, Mission Debrief, Book Club, Builds with Blocks, top Halo news stories, Halo headlines, and other projects they're working on. Go check them out, please, at halopodcast.com. Your home for Halo. Josh?
Yeah.
Do we know what we're going to do next week?
No, hopefully be on time. That's what I'm going to say.
Hopefully. There's the saying shit happens, and that's what's been going on. Shit happens.
I swear the night that I can finally have like a full night's sleep and not wake up with like a sore throat or anything like that, the day we can have you back in your actual chair,
not this green screen effect.
Yeah, just things that like I look forward to, and I'm hopefully not going to take for granted the next time it's going to happen. because this is fucking terrible. But yeah, like I said, hopefully we'll be on time next week. But regardless, we'll just have more shit to talk about more than likely. So stay tuned. Should be a fun time. Yeah. Will, guess what?
Yeah. What's that?
That is going to do it for episode. I just mistyped my password.
Why are you typing your password?
System updates. Don't mind me. Told you. Mine's not fully here right now. That's going to do it for episode 195.
System updates in the middle of the show. Don't you need that to do stuff?
No, it says we'll do it later tonight. It's just like, hey, we're verifying we're going to do it later tonight. We're like, yeah, you are. Good job, computer. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for HCS Pro Talk episode 195. We'll be back next week. God knows what the fuck we're going to talk about, but maybe I won't feel like shit. But hey, in the words of this show, we'll have to wait and see. Guys, that's it. We'll be back next week. But until then, bye-bye! Lanky Sasquatch, thank you for the 6-month resub. Woo!